hey there. This is Will Moore, your host again with Somewhere in America. And in this particular special episode, I want to show you all how I retouch all of my street photography. So I thought I would just take a few minutes to just give you all a glimpse into the world of Will Moore's way of retouching street photography. So what I have here is a couple of images. I really liked this particular image. I like how the old fat guys here were just laughing, and as they were watching a street performer, I caught this image. I was really more concentrating. I was really more really concentrating more on this old guy here, how he was just really mesmerized, and it was a very funny show anyway. But I'm just noticing how you can't see the rest of the performer, but you see his legs here, and how this guy and this guy right here, as well as this lady and the kid behind the shoe here, makes the connection to the performer. However, this guy right here is really interested in what's behind this guy. So it was just a pretty good, interesting image. Now, this particular image right here of this guy, I like this guy, and it was cool because I was watching him all the time. I was at the races, and this was somewhere in America. It is somewhere in America, but it was somewhere in actually somewhere in America. It was in Maryland, and I was at the horse races, and I was watching this guy right here, and but I was more interested not when he was looking like this or like this or like this, because he was really paying attention to that race. It was when he got excited like this that I really loved. Now, he looks blurred and kind of out of focus a little bit, where I guess it must be his wife over here. She looks a little bit more in focus. But what I like about this image right here is that it shows movement, but you can also see the anxiety in his face and the way he's looking and how serious he is. So I thought I'd go ahead and change this into a black and white. Okay, so that's just a regular black and white right there. I'm going to jump down to tone and curve, and instead of linear, I'm going to go with medium. Okay, I'm starting to like what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to go ahead and grab the adjust tone curve tool, and I'm going to go into her shadow area. I'm going to bring down some of the shadows because I want my blacks black and I want my whites white. None of this in between stuff right now. I don't want to do that. Now the white area right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up just a little bit and bring the highlights up just a little bit right there. Now you notice that when I did all of that and changed it into black and white, look at this. You notice how the black and white just gave more character and more detail and made the image just really jump out, with this being just, I mean, blown out white. If I was to look at the histogram, you can see over here that my shadows are there, but the highlights, look at this, the whites are almost just white white, and that's what I like about it. But so I really like this image, and so I'm going to go up to basic, and I'm going to add some clarity. See, and once I add the clarity, that really made that image stick out just a little bit more and gave it just that little oomph that it really needed. I'll go ahead and maybe add a little bit of contrast and maybe bring down, no, not the shadows. I'm gonna leave the shadows alone. I'll just maybe bring it up, maybe exposure. I'll bring up the exposure just a little bit. Give it a nice little old feel there. Wait, let's double click on that, and I'm gonna leave it at right there. Okay. Let me jump down to details. Let's increase the sharpening a little bit, and I'm gonna hold down the Alt key and do some masking. All right. This guy's starting. I mean, it's starting to look pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing. Now, if I could move in, you see all the noise that I have here. I kind of like a little bit of that noise. I'm gonna take out some of it out, but I kind of like it because it gives a nice little grainy feel to it. Maybe a little smoothness, not too much. And on the effects, let's do just a little post-crop vignetting, and I'm gonna do a little dehazing, just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Now I'm gonna jump back up to the tone and curve right quick and grab up the adjustment and just kind of in the mid-tones, just bring it up just a little bit right there. Okay, I like that. So that's a pretty good shot right there. I like that. It has a lot of movement in it. It has a lot of action. Pretty good. I edited this image before, little variations on it, but I like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna grab my my brush here, and I got it already at clarity. Bring the clarity down a little bit, and I'm gonna just go ahead and just in the areas, certain areas, I want to bring out his face. That's what I'm more concerned with, and her face. That's what I'm really concerned with. I like that. But I mean, I was there, and I'm gonna tell you, he was cussing. This guy was really cursing because his horse was losing. All right, let's jump over to the next image of the guy one that I said I really like, of how the man is just looking up here. Now, generally, an image like this, you think I would probably go ahead and make it black and white. Okay, well, let me see. If I was to do it in black and white, it would be all right. But guess what? It really doesn't do anything. It was just really not really effective being done in black and white. So what I thought I'd do with this particular image, I thought I'd give it in Lightroom the Dragon effect. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take up our clarity. I'm gonna take up the clarity to about 80. I'm gonna give it half of a Dragon effect. So instead of 81 where I usually go, I'm gonna go like maybe let's go 40. Let's go 40, maybe 50. I'll go 50 on the clarity. Now jump down at the sharpening, and on the sharpening I'm gonna go. I'll go all the way to 96 instead of 96 on the sharpening. I'll go a little half on that. Hold down the masking, do that right there. On the effects, I'm going to jump down to effects, and on the effects, I'm going to go to color priority. And on my color priority, I'm going to do a negative 24. Okay, it's looking pretty good so far. Let me jump back up to my basic on my highlights. On my highlights, I'm going to go in negative 19. Maybe not negative 19. Let's go in negative. Here, I'm going to put the numbers in. Let's go negative 8. There we go. And on my shadows, I'm going to go plus 33. Well, instead of plus 33, let's make it a plus 17. Let's do that right there. All right, on my saturation, let's bring down the saturation just a little bit to maybe a negative 22, maybe a negative 12. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a brush, and I'm going to check my exposure. And on my exposure, I'm going to bring it down to like a negative. It says one. I usually do 115. I'm going to go maybe let's go about 160. And on my clarity, I'm going to go all the way up to 40. Instead of 43, I'll go like to half, like maybe to 23, 24. All right, and I'm going to go down into these areas right about here, just below him, right here. And I wanted to concentrate really a lot. Let me see where my flow is on my brush. Okay, my flow is up. I want to really concentrate on this guy right here. I really like what I'm seeing with him. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and just take the clarity on. I'm just going to go ahead and boost my clarity all the way up to 100. But let me go ahead and grab the brush again. Let me go ahead to my exposure and grab the exposure just a little bit, maybe to 32. Give him a little light on the side of his face, maybe here, this guy, maybe this guy, and also her. Alrighty, liking what I'm seeing. All right, let's jump down real quick. I want to go to hue and saturation, and I want to boost up that yellow because I really want that yellow to stick out. And on his shirt, I want to boost up the green. All right, let's try the hue. Give me a little bit more green. And on the yellow, let's do yellow. Let's bring the yellow right there. Yeah, that's what I want to do. On my green. There we go. A little aqua. Alrighty. And let's give it a little blue. And let's not mess with the blue. Let's not do that. All right. I like what I'm seeing right here. This looks pretty cool. Let me give a little contrast. Raise up just a little bit, not too much. Um, Clarity's already up. A little bit of vibrance. Generally, I don't do this with the Dragon effect, but I like that. Let's see our before. That's our before, real bright, colorful, and then that's our after. Okay, let's see what it looks like in black and white. It's pretty cool in black and white. Don't mind it too much. I think it looks pretty neat. So I could go either way on this. So I could go with color or I can go with black and white. Let me go ahead and create a virtual copy of this. Um, Create a virtual copy of this. And with this one right here, I'll go ahead and make this one black and white. So now I'll hold down the control and then I'll hit C for compare. Look at that. So we got the black and white over here. Go ahead and do this. Let me do this so we can see them real good. So I got my black and white over here and I got my kind of color over here. So I kind of like both of them. I thought they was pretty neat right there. And I'm digging what I'm liking what I'm seeing, and it's pretty cool. Go back to develop module. So that's pretty much what I have, guys, on this special episode of like just retouching your black and whites, or actually retouching your street photography, and really making it punch and really making it pop. Okay, there was just a few little minor things that I just did to those things. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this little special tutorial right here, give it a thumbs up, like it. Also, if you're new to my channel somewhere in America, go ahead and subscribe to me so that you can get more photo tips, street photography, macro shooting, everything under the sun I do in photography, and I'm always somewhere in America with who? Me, Will Moore. All right, guys. God bless. Love y'all. Talk with you later. As I always say at the end of every podcast, if you can't say anything nice, stick a shoe in your mouth and do what? Keep it moving.